that's kind of like my dream is to have a place where everybody knows my name, right? And I started going to like just this nasty burger place a ton.
Uh-huh.
And then they were like, "Oh, hey, welcome back." And then I was like, "Oh no, not like this. Not this place."
Welcome to Three Guys, Three Questions, where three friends test the limits of propriety through the questions we ask. Today is Top of the Morning. This week, we're sponsored by the Pancake Industrial Complex. I'm Aaron L. M. Goodwin, and I'm joined, as always, by Andrew Savage. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
I'm great.
Super good.
We're on a new network and everything. It's awesome.
Everything's new and fresh.
Okay, I'll believe you.
I'm also joined by Adam King Curtis Anderson.
Bacon is good for me.
I agree.
That was a reference to a little kid on Wife Swap from forever ago. But I guess you missed that.
Well, I'm really glad we're hitting that demographic.
You know what? Must have been the 1 week I didn't tune in. If you're new to the show, here's how it works. Each host asks a question, then each host gives their answer. Hilarity hopefully ensues, and we move to the next question. Andrew has today's first question, so take it away.
What breakfast food out of the vast cornucopia of breakfast foods should not be a breakfast food?
This is a really tough question. My answer is kind of a cheat.
I'll be the judge of that.
And it's not because I don't think it's good. I think these are amazing. I think they shouldn't be a breakfast food because I think they should be eaten more often.
Okay, more than just breakfast.
Right.
Okay, so like my answer for Thanksgiving food. You're just stealing my idea.
Well, I think omelets should not be relegated to breakfast or brunch. I think omelets should be eaten all the time.
See, what would you put in a lunch omelet?
The same thing you put in a breakfast omelet. It's amazing. Like, what makes it's not like you're putting like maple syrup and oats in your omelet. Like it's savory stuff. You could eat that any day, any time of the day.
Okay, hear me out. Here's my my dinner omelet: French fries, boneless chicken wing bits.
No, you gotta add for an omelet. You gotta add something fancy like endill.
Oh, endill,
like,
yes.
and fresh lemon thyme,
and some chives in there.
I don't know, and I hear around the world that they eat omelets way more like as any time of day food.
What about like a carne asada omelet?
That would be pretty chunky, man.
Dude, yeah. Get some jaw exercise in there.
That's what I would like in my dinner omelet. I want carne asada in my dinner omelet.
Okay, hear me out. Omelet
okay.
with chicken nuggets and little bits of McDouble in it.
No,
it's such a step down from carne asada.
I'm joking.
I had an amazing omelet at a place. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like in Bakersfield. It's this like diner, this truck stop place that's pretty popular. And it was a pit beef omelet.
That sounds really good.
So pit beef is like barbecue beef, like chunks of barbecued beef in an omelet. And it was like the size of, I want to say like 3 of my heads.
Oh,
it was just like astoundingly large. I ate it over like 2 days.
I have a question though, just about trucker stops. How come truck stop food is so good? It's not like truckers are picky. Or are they? Like, are they like...
They can go anywhere, dude.
Are truckers secret foodies?
I just think it's because they can go anywhere. Like, you're limited, like, when you're working, going on lunch to, like, a certain radius, right?
Right, like... Yeah,
a trucker's lunch is on the way. As long as it's between this side of the country and this side of the country, fair game.
I guess. Maybe they're all like that Ratatouille food critic where he's like, if I don't love it, I don't swallow.
You just really wanted to say that line.
That was your line there. Anyway, is there anything more fancy than going to a place or an event and they have an omelet chef there?
Oh my gosh, no.
There's nothing fancy. I think I went to a wedding once and they had an omelet chef and I was putting him to work. I need to see all the combinations.
I would like to try all of the omelets, good sir. I remember when I went to a buffet and I'd gone all the full length of the buffet, and as if to taunt me, as I got to the end and there was like 10 omelet chefs there making omelets, and I looked at my plate and there was no room for anything on that plate,
Let alone an omelet.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just disappointed and I scarfed everything down as fast as I could.
While in line for the omelet.
Yeah. I wanted that omelet bad.
Gosh, it's like 6 p.m. now, and now I want an omelet. Like I cannot disagree with your answer, Aaron. I want an omelet now.
Well, Adam, what's your answer? I'm interested in hearing it.
Ketchup. Just you need to take ketchup and keep it out of breakfast forever. Just it doesn't belong there. If you think, hey, this could use some sort of tomato-based seasoning, just get some light salsa or something, but not ketchup.
I tend to agree with you.
I mean,
people will take these nasty microwavable Jimmy Dean sausage hockey pucks and be like, this doesn't taste very good. I know, I'll add ketchup to it. Like, no. How about you just eat some real sausage and then you don't need ketchup? Ketchup is everything that's wrong with breakfast.
Well, here's the thing though. Like, I'm not a ketchup fan at all. Like, it's not my condiment of choice. I think it's too...
I like ketchup, man.
I can't do it. It's too sweet. That's just me.
I'll put ketchup on my French fries and my hamburgers, but not on my omelets.
I'm just like, yeah, it's just like I barely would ever think to put ketchup on something at breakfast, but every once in a while I'm like, yeah, you know what? Live on the wild side. Put some of this ketchup on here.
That's the thing. It's not living on the wild side. It's like living on the world's most benign side. It's the whitest thing you can do is putting ketchup on your breakfast.
Let's be honest, that's not the whitest thing you could do. Going to the library is the whitest thing you can do. Having a library card. Anyway,
I don't know. That's racist.
it's white people. I can say it. I feel like ketchup is like what you reach for when you realize, like, oh shoot, this is not good.
Right. Like if they don't have anything else and you don't really like what you're eating, but you need to eat it, ketchup helps a lot. It's like the lubrication of bad food.
Makes everything go down easy.
Right.
But I think that's another reason why ketchup should not be allowed at breakfast, because it will force you to give yourself a good breakfast, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Well, sometimes you don't have the luxury of it.
Well, then don't eat breakfast, but don't put your freaking ketchup on it.
Whoa.
I'd rather have no breakfast than ketchup-covered breakfast. Let's just put it that way.
Wow, you really feel passionately about this.
I really hate ketchup.
Wow.
I think part of it comes from the fact that like I make this really good spaghetti, right? And I made it for some people once, and somebody put ketchup on it. And I was just like, you need to die.
Okay, well, that's out of hand. That's bad. That's unacceptable.
Like, it's not, the sauce isn't tomatoey enough. It's like, get out. Get out.
Yeah, no, that's very wrong.
So
I agree with you there.
Also, does ketchup go bad? I feel like it just lasts forever.
No, it's just vinegar.
It's got vinegar in it, I think. It's vinegar and sugar and tomato paste.
Yeah, it's not going to go bad for a long, long time. I bet you there's like some sort of Egyptian tomb that they've dug out and there's still ketchup in there.
Yeah.
Guys, how old is ketchup?
This is a good question.
It can't be older than 1492, right? Because tomatoes are from the New World.
Let me ask Jeeves. Jeeves! Yeah. We've got a question about ketchup. How old is ketchup? He's going to go look it up. He doesn't know off the top of his head.
I'd say 1650. Because for a long time, they thought tomatoes were poisonous. So.
Oh, way off.
Oh.
So Jeeves just said he actually came over here for some reason, but he said the first.
That's why he's taking so long.
He's taking forever. So the first known published tomato ketchup recipe appeared in 1812.
Oh wow!
Wow!
And was written by a scientist and horticulturist.
You know what that means? I think that means that ketchup is newer than a lot of our breakfast foods.
Wow. Well,
it's literally an anachronism to put ketchup on breakfast.
So maybe you're just like, maybe people who are putting ketchup on their breakfast foods are just breakfast forward.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, guys, the original recipe of ketchup didn't have vinegar and sugar. It had tomato, pulp, spice, and brandy. So people really loved their ketchup.
That sounds really appropriate for breakfast.
Actually, yeah, that sounds fine. If they're putting original recipe ketchup, then I'm okay with it, I guess.
I was wondering if Adam had any more passionate things to say about ketchup.
I'm just really, really against it. And I'm glad that I have
tell.
this forum now to spew my hate.
Yep. Anyway, so I really don't hate this item. I'm not even super passionate about it, but mine is actually quiche. I'm a quiche fan, but I feel like the only thing that makes it distinct breakfast is eggs, because it's literally like pie crust, cheese, vegetables like maybe spinach.
It's like a lame tart.
Yeah.
Is that what quiche is? Like, I don't even know. I don't think I've ever had a quiche. Like, what even is it?
I just explained it.
It's a tart with scrambled eggs in it.
Yeah.
So it's like
an omelet inside of a pie.
Oh. Is it like a crepe at all?
Not even close.
No. How's that? How did he just told you it was an omelet inside of a pie, and you're like, oh, like a crepe. Does a pie? I don't understand.
I'm just having a hard time picturing pie crust at breakfast.
How are you eating a pie? Or just rolling it up?
Just Google quiche, man.
I don't. Hey, Jeeves! Tell me what quiche is.
Just look it up, man.
Oh, it's like a pumpkin pie made out of eggs.
I think that's exactly how I described it.
It's like someone was trying to make a custard pie, and they went to make the custard, and they're like, "Oh crap, we forgot all the good stuff that makes custard really yummy, like sugar. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Chop up some spinach, throw that in there."
You know, I think I have had this before in my life, and it wasn't a great experience. And I'm finding myself agreeing with Andrew. Like, don't do this to people. Don't say, "Hey, welcome to breakfast," and then put something down in front of somebody and say, "Hey, remember pie? This is not pie."
Yeah, I don't think that's a good breakfast
That's cool.
food.
So when I used to work at the bed and breakfast, I'd make quiche a lot in the morning, just because you can make a lot of it for a lot of people. And I got kind of quiche'd out. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd say you were just flat on your quiche-ter?
Almost.
Oh, you just felt all scrambled up about it.
No, that one was not as
Sorry,
good.
no more yolks.
Oh,
no.
dear.
I was trying to think of one with Easter and quiche. It didn't work, so I just moved on.
Well, yeah, I think I agree with you. Fun fact: before I came up with omelets, I was actually going to pick quiche
Really?
because I agree. I have nothing else to say. I just agree with you wholeheartedly.
You know what would be the worst thing though? Ketchup on quiche.
Yeah.
Actually, ketchup on quiche sounds like a band name.
Well, bonus question: what's your favorite breakfast condiment? If not for ketchup, what's your breakfast condiment of choice?
Mine, I like tapatio on my eggs. I like the little hot sauce.
Is bacon a condiment?
No.
I thought I made that point last time we talked about favorite condiments. I said bacon was a condiment.
I
mean like a sauce, okay?
I don't use a lot of sauces. I guess just like some form of salsa if like I'm eating a breakfast burrito, then I'll have some spicy salsa on it.
No, oh, my favorite is Tabasco.
Oh, yeah.
Is that from Louisiana? I thought that was just from like the South generally.
Oh no, Tabasco is from a specific island.
Well, there's islands
in a river in Louisiana, and they have like everything that they make that out of is from that place. Like the peppers grow there, the salt comes from the water there, or like it's
ocean.
mined, and they ferment it in these oak barrels in a cave under the ground there. Like it's crazy. Yeah, all it is fermented peppers and vinegar and salt. That's it.
That explains why it doesn't taste that great.
I think it's delicious.
I think it's just the context of what it's on.
No. I think what's lame, this is, okay, so the first time I went to Chipotle, I like knew that it wasn't going to be like legit Mexican food because I saw that they had Tabasco like on the shelf. I was all, okay, I've lowered my expectations.
I know what I'm getting into.
This is a real Mexican food.
My earliest Tabasco memory is for some reason I was putting it on chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
So that was weird.
Well, yeah, it's chicken nuggets. My question is, what out of the ordinary food do you eat for breakfast?
Like regularly or just like that?
It doesn't have to be regular.
Okay,
just,
good.
Every once in a while could be Fun.
So, probably one of my favorite non-breakfasty breakfast things is when I was in school, I would go and I would have to wake up pretty early for school. And beforehand, while my mom was basically driving me there, I'd always guilt her into stopping at this certain gas station and grabbing me a Pop-Tart and a root beer. Because that's I mean, Pop-Tart, like, yeah, okay, that's pretty normal, but then it was like, yeah, I'm going to also have a root beer.
You've heard of the full English? This is the full American.
It's just like, okay, I have this sugar pastry. What could go with it? I know, sugar water.
I was going to ask you, Adam, how are the diabetes going?
It's totally worth it to have lost your foot too.
Right?
Yeah, no, I don't even walk anymore, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, whatevs.
Now you have no excuse, like, or you just have an excuse, like I can't work out or go anywhere.
Yeah, but honestly, that was probably the most energized I've ever felt in my life.
I'm sure it was all artificial.
I'm sure that really like got you going in the morning, just knowing you're gonna get that fix.
Oh yeah, I popped right up every morning.
Oh.
I think the root of your problem is that you had an addiction.
Let's just make this a pun podcast, guys. Let's just.
Welcome to Three Guys, Three Puns. Root beer. What kind of root beer? Because like root beer varies pretty widely.
So then it was usually A&W, and I think A&W is best for them. Okay, this is getting into Adam's root beer talk.
What, do you have a root beer talk?
I might start a root beer podcast on the side. I don't think you guys understand how much I like root beer. So I think A&W is good for the morning because it's a bit smoother. There's some vanilla in it, so there's a lot of vanilla in it actually. But it goes good for the morning, right?
Right.
I'm going to take your word for it.
For lunch, I usually prefer like a Barks or something. It's a bit.
It has
sharper.
bite.
Yeah, it's got some bite, and I think it's just generally better tasting overall. But I don't really Barks in the cans tastes a bit like way worse than Barks out of the fountain. So I never get Barks from a can.
What's an after hours root beer?
After hours root beer is
You should like settle in for the night.
Yeah, no, that's something like IBC. Like you come in for a root beer nightcap, you grab an IBC.
Okay.
That's so lame.
Good to know. I haven't had
Andrew, tell us about yours because I don't want to even hear about this.
You don't want more root beer? I could go on.
No.
Anyway,
no, that's it.
As I think I've said before on the show, I'm a fan of the cold pizza. And sometimes I'll order a pizza the night before with the intent of having it for breakfast.
Like you just put an entire pizza into the fridge and like, I'm so ready for breakfast.
Well, I take like a slice or two and then keep the rest of it.
But you're not even really craving pizza or really hungry for it. But you're like, well, I do need to eat now, but I'm really mostly excited about having cold pizza in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I used to do that all the time.
I think
which is how I got to here.
It's like, I know that I'll want pizza later. I'll just get it now.
I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna give a nice little good game to future me.
Good idea. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about that. I don't have some sort of talk about cold pizza.
You're not a cold pizza connoisseur?
The best cold pizza is usually the cheapest brands. Like the crap pizza like Little Caesars seems to be like the best cold pizza. Do you guys think that? That's what I've found.
I would say
I think part of the reason for that is that Little Caesars, like the crust goes hard pretty quick, but you put it in the fridge and then it kind of softens it up a little bit. Doesn't matter as much.
I don't think that sounds about right, but okay. No, like Little Caesars cold is not my favorite, but I'll do a Papa John's or Domino's.
Fancy.
I can tell you the best root beer to pair with pizza.
Have you ever made your own root beer?
No, I don't know if I don't know. I'm a little worried that it's like visiting the slaughterhouse. Like I don't know if I want to know.
Well, it's not exactly.
I don't know
the
if I
same.
want to see how the magic happens.
Well, there's different kinds of ways you can
it's like
make
learning
root
how
beer.
the magician does his tricks.
Like you can make root beer from actual roots and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you get like root beer extract and you mix it with water and dry ice. Like a lot of times we'll do it during like Halloween because it's like, ooh, spooky cauldron of fog, and it's like you dip in and you just get root beer. You ever done that?
I've done that. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right.
In my opinion.
It goes flat a little bit too quick, but
Yeah, that's true.
I will say though that the root beer selection is probably my favorite thing about living in Utah.
Freaking
Not
white
the beer
people.
selection. You got like IPA root beers, small batch, artisanal, handcrafted root beers.
The microbrew.
Actually, I had one the other day that had just way too much vanilla in it. I was like, this isn't root beer. This is just vanilla. This is carbonated vanilla. It wasn't very good.
There's a candy store up here that sells like a group load of soda. I haven't been there in a while because I don't drink soda anymore, but they actually have one that has Brigham Young on it called Brigham's Brew.
That one's not that great. I don't like that one.
See, I just thought, I'm like, no, I'm done.
Nope.
It's called Brigham's Brew. I was like, no, I'm good.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's really not that good.
It tastes like polygamy and sternness.
Yes, exactly.
It tastes like
I just have
polygamy
like
and puritanism.
there's like woolly overtones. No, thank you.
There's a place here like that, and one entire wall is just different kinds of root beer.
I can't do it. I'm done.
So lame. It's so lame. All right, so my answer of what out of the ordinary foods do I eat for breakfast? I don't do this often because I try to eat well, but when I'm off the wagon, which I am currently,
that might explain your issues.
The holidays always seem to do that to me. And it's a super convenient food, and it is disgusting. It is worse than Adam's breakfast, I would say. It is AM PM.
Yes.
Spicy corn dogs.
For those not on the West Coast, AM PM is a 7-Eleven type of place.
Yeah, it's a
Continue.
The best way to describe it, I think, is that it's a 7-Eleven knockoff, and I think that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's better than 7-Eleven in some ways, but keep going.
Yeah. So AM PM, yeah, they're just under like a heat lamp. Who knows how long they've been there? They're not like crunchy or anything. They're like soggy corn dogs. And sometimes like you'll get them and the batter's like only like legally done, but not really done.
That's the
like
best
it's
ones.
kind of mushy still. And yeah, I get the ones that are like the cheddar jalapeno.
Yeah,
corn dogs because I like to start my day off with acid reflux.
I've had those. They're pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll just get those and I'll get a couple energy drinks and
Oh man,
goodness.
you are
yeah.
definitely off the wagon.
It's so bad that like every once in like the I go to this place all the time because it's like on the way to work, and I'll usually just get like a soda or something like that, or like water. But the guy there knows me, like everyone there knows me, and
It's like Cheers.
they'll seriously they'll ask me like, oh, no corn dogs today? No corn dogs today. I'm back on the wagon. Oh, okay.
That's kind of like my dream, is to have a place where everybody knows my name, right? And I started going to like just this nasty burger place a ton, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, welcome back," and then I was like, "Oh no, not like this, not this place."
It's not like it's gonna be like the fancy restaurant where they know your name.
All right, my question is, what is the best thing you've ever had for breakfast? I'm really excited for this question because I'm hungry.
So this is probably my favorite question in a while because I love breakfast.
It's like we just get to celebrate breakfast now.
Breakfast is like literally the best meal of the day. Like I can't think of like a better group of food. But no, so this was actually not too long ago. Biscuits and gravy. But instead of sausage, it was chorizo.
Oh,
That sounds excessive.
It was awesome. I think I might have died.
I don't want to make a blanket statement against chorizo, but I think I've just had bad experiences with chorizo.
Chorizo is interesting because it's the only sausage that only stays in liquid form.
Yes.
It never really solidifies
Until it's cooked.
Even after it's cooked, it's just
what type of
kind of
chorizo
mostly,
are you getting?
It'll like crumble, but it's never going to stay in like a solid mass like most sausage you would expect.
Okay, so let me explain where this chorizo comes from. So here on the college campus, there's actually like a class for cattle and stuff like that. and actually had to like butcher them. And so they sell their meat every semester. And so you just come up and buy it and they make chorizo there. And so you're like, I'd like some of that chorizo, please.
I'd like some of that.
I think you don't see it being made, right?
You don't see it being made. It's already made before you go there.
Do you know, like, cause
yes, I know. I'm trying to
like,
save the
"Don't tell
listeners
me."
here.
I
I'm
know.
trying to save the listeners. I know.
Listeners, if you want to know, look up what goes into chorizo, and that's why it never forms into a solid substance.
Yeah.
Like it's all, what I'm saying is like chorizo turns it, like you cook it right, it's turning into like a chili like substance, like a chili con carne almost. Like it's not. I guess if you have it in casing, but it's never really. That's not really how you get it. At least Mexican chorizo is what I'm saying.
No, it's like in a giant bag.
Yeah. But it's good.
I think my problem with chorizo has come from the fact that like I've only ever had it when somebody else has cooked it for me, and most of the time those somebody else's are just like my bachelor roommates that I live with. And yeah. So I think if I cooked it, I would probably like it quite a bit. But they were not good at, like, they just put it, they cooked some chorizo and I was like, what is that? And they were like, it's chorizo. And I was like, cool, what's it taste like? And they just like put some on a tortilla. It's like, oh, okay. That wasn't great.
So biscuits and gravy with chorizo. That just sounds intense.
It was intense.
That does. I could go for some of that.
Was the gravy like red?
Yeah, so it was like a reddish because it was a little spicier. And I only picked it because it's the most recent breakfast adventure that I can think of right now, but I'm sure I've had many other ones that have been awesome.
Just every breakfast is better than the last, really.
So do you have anything more to say about that? I mean,
I could talk about breakfast all day if that's what you're asking.
No, but like that specific breakfast, that was the best you've
That
had.
was not the best I've had ever. Now that I think about it, though, the best I've ever had was actually in Vegas. We went to they always have buffets in Vegas, but people don't know is that the buffets vary in quality.
Yes,
depending on where you go and how much you spend. One time, my dad took us all of our family to Vegas and just for breakfast. And he had
you went to Vegas for breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When did you have to start driving?
Well, at the time we only lived 2 hours away. We just left that morning and then got there at 10.
Okay, that's
not that bad.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
I've always had Vegas as a thing in my mind that's just forever away.
Because it is far away from pretty much all civilization.
Yeah, I forget that other people can live closer than I live to Vegas.
Anyway, so we went to this place and it was like $70 a person.
Whoa!
It was like pretty, but he got like a deal, like he knew someone or something like that. But anyway, so we go in and it's a breakfast buffet, but it's every country of the world's different breakfasts. And you just go and you just pick and choose what you want. I think someone threw up in the casino on the way out, but it was awesome.
That's like such an international experience, man.
Oh yeah, you had to experience that.
What was like the weirdest thing you remember seeing there?
I'm trying to remember. I remember there obviously a lot of eggs, a lot of cheeses, a lot of meats. I don't remember because I was a little bit younger when we went. But I just remember, I think the French was like, oh, these guys know how to do breakfast pretty well. I think. Right. I was like, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I respect their food. Yeah, it was good stuff.
My greatest breakfast I've ever had is not as classy as that. By
Didn't
any
pay no
means.
$70 a head for this breakfast.
This breakfast, if I'm trying to remember, I'm not quite sure, but I want to. The only reason I'm doubting it is because it's so outrageous. But that's kind of why it was so awesome. So I'm thinking it cost $1.50, and this breakfast was in Duncan, Oklahoma.
Sounds good so far.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was at a car mechanic shop / dry cleaners.
Okay, so they knew what they were doing.
So it was like the place you go to eat was like a room, just like a room in between the mechanics and then the dry cleaners. And we found out about it, I think, in the paper or somewhere. Like, we found some ad in like the Penny Saver or something.
Okay.
And it was $1.50 all you can eat biscuits and gravy.
Oh, man.
Bottomless biscuits and gravy.
You know what happened? They just brought too much biscuits and gravy one day, and they're like, "Oh man, we need to get rid of this." A little bit mad in the Penny Saver.
The thing is, I would disagree with that because biscuits and gravy have a shelf life of about 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, yeah. These were fresh. It was actually really, really good, and I can tell it was fresh. And so I like didn't understand what magic brought this to be, but I did not question it.
Like,
and
you looked
so,
at one side and you're like, okay, there's a mechanic. There's
Right.
there's a dry cleaner. How is this breakfast happening?
There's just an old woman in the corner laughing while you guys
At
eat.
first, I thought this was like somebody was subletting this little part of this office, to do their cooking. No, it was like owned by the same people. It was just like they let their grandma serve biscuits and gravy. It was insane.
They had a lot of passions they needed to indulge. They loved fixing cars. They loved cleaning their clothes after they fixed the cars, and they love a good breakfast to keep them going. And they decided to turn it into a business.
It was like this very virtuous circle.
It's the American dream.
Yeah, it's not like they're trying to get people to come to their mechanic shop or dry cleaning. It wasn't like a sales tactic.
I don't know what it was, but it was amazing. And I went there every day for like a week and had unlimited breakfast. And then I didn't eat anything else the rest of the day.
Because you can't. It's like all the carbs.
I was just like walking around with like a doughy bowling ball hanging at the bottom of my gut, But man, I felt so satisfied. I felt like so strong and just like, like I felt like a mountain man.
You're like, yeah, I could fix a car and then do some laundry.
Let me go chop down a tree and rustle some steers.
Yeah. I love biscuits and gravies because, like, what would be really good with this starch or this carb? Put some more carbs on it.
Let's put some fatty carbs on this.
Done. So good.
It's like, man, do you think this is too many carbs? Yeah, let's get some cholesterol up in here. Sausage.
So Adam, no pressure, but I'm pretty sure you have to pick biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
I do love biscuits and gravy. But that's not my answer. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The best breakfast I've ever had was I don't even remember the name of the place. I know how to get there, which is the important part, but I don't remember what it's called. I will go back there one day, but like I feel like I need to purify myself first.
Where was
it? It was that special. So my roommate Zach just sometimes he's like, "Hey, let's go to breakfast." And when somebody says, "Hey, let's go to breakfast," you say yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we went to this place, and it was another one of those like trucker stops, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 Michelin star trucker stops somehow. And we go in, and the nice lady, for some reason, she had a southern accent. She's like, "Hey, y'all, what do you want?" So we were like, give me the breakfast smorgasbord plate. And there was literally every breakfast food on this plate, but it all somehow worked together so beautifully. There were hash browns and sausage and there was gravy on the top. There weren't biscuits, but I mean, it was everything. And then there was cheese. I don't know what kind of cheese. It might have been Havarti. There was a party. Who knows? It was so good. And there was so much of it. And I ate it all. I had like a spiritual experience with this breakfast.
See, but that's because you're with Zach. And Zach can like consume whole worlds.
So yeah, I have a story about Zach, and you might bleep out his name. But anyway, we had a white Santa. I think you were there. And so we had not a white Santa, white elephant for Christmas.
Okay.
And
as opposed to like the black Santa.
I think we were at the grocery store, and I'm like, I want to find the weirdest thing ever. So I found a canned whole chicken at the store.
I remember that.
And Zach sees someone get it, and he's like, I want that. And then he took it home and ate the whole thing. And so that's my Zach story.
I've seen him eat a burger that was, I think it was 2 pounds of beef.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he's amazing.
I think the most amazing thing about Zach, you don't have to bleep his name. He's cool. I think the most amazing thing about Zach is that, like, he doesn't like put a lot of effort into this. Like you see some people, they're like trying to eat a lot of food and they're just
and they're like
Zach does it and he does it quickly and then he just like sits there patiently and waits.
he just like unhinges his jaw like he's some sort of anaconda in the Amazon, consuming a large tapir.
And he just looks so. The only word I can think of is chuffed when he's done. He's just like, this was good.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, nothing makes you feel like less of a man than having Zach finish a whole meal and watching you as you just start.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize I was bad at eating until just now.
Excuse me, if I've been flapping my mouth so much, I'm sorry. Yeah, for sure.
Gosh, no, I have memories of this breakfast now, and it's like that's it. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to have another one of those.
You got to find the name of this place for our show notes for other people who may want to go there, or not. Maybe you want to keep it for yourself. I don't know.
It's not like we could ruin it by giving them more business.
I don't know.
It's not like a secret place. It's not like there's a secret handshake to get in.
Oh,
it's just they're on the side of the road. They have a sign.
Well, I don't want to go anymore.
You spoiled the mystery for me. All right, well, that's the show. Thanks for listening. Remember, your ratings fuel us, so please rate and share the show wherever you listen to it. You can subscribe to receive new episodes the moment they're released by going to 3g3q.co/subscribe. This is also our first show on the Good Stuff FM network, and we had to switch our RSS feed. And if you don't know what an RSS feed is, and you're hearing this, it worked.
Yes.
So congratulations.
If you're not hearing this, then it didn't work, but you don't know.
Right. So we'd also love to hear from you. So where can people get a hold of you?
I'm still on Twitter, even though we're on the new network. But I'm at _sav. Hit me up.
I'm also on Twitter. I use the same Twitter, even though there's a new network. It was awesome. I just like to thank the Good Stuff Network because they're cool.
Okay, don't kiss up.
Yeah, come on.
Gosh.
They're okay.
They're all right.
They're nothing like the IPPN.
The IPPN had free breakfast that I paid for myself.
What does that even mean, continental breakfast?
All of the European nations.
I mean, you just get like bagels and cereal.
We're done talking about breakfast for a while.
Sorry.
Let's keep going.
Did you say where you are on Twitter?
No, I'm at that Adam Kid, and you can find me apparently asking these questions about breakfast on Twitter since Aaron won't let me ask them.
I'm at Aaron LM Goodwin on Twitter, and you can find me making terrible puns. So follow me.
Like
for that.
all day.
Like all day, air day.
It doesn't stop.
We can't stop. Other than that, I want you to remember that a quiche is a pie that's trying too hard to be an omelet. I want you to remember that root beer and a Pop-Tart will wake you up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. I also want you to remember breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I also want you to remember to question everything.
Have you watched Fargo yet? You should watch Fargo. Stop what you're doing.
No, but I just found out that Jesse Plemons is in the second season.
Oh, yeah, and it's so freaking good.
Oh, my gosh. Freaking Landry's in the second season?
Yeah, he's one of the main characters.
Oh! I'll start it tonight.
It's like Stephen King, I was reading a thing, he says it's the best bit of television that's been on the last 3 years. This season is so good.
Yeah, but he also wrote Pet Sematary.
That is true. But he's also
Jessica Jones. Have you guys seen that yet?
Yes, I have.
I saw Jessica Jones. I'm still making up my mind whether I feel like it was a waste of my time.
Well, it wasn't.
I don't think it was.
I
I just know I have I can't look at Doctor Who anymore because it was very creepy.
Yeah.
He was like Doctor Whoing it every once in a while he'd do something and I was like, that is exactly how he does says that same phrase in Doctor Who. But this time it's evil.
I felt like I don't know. I feel like I watched a different show than everyone else did. I guess I kind of see why people like it for certain reasons, but why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
We're trying to
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyhow, the moral of the story is I feel like, I don't know, when I was comparing it with Daredevil, I feel like Daredevil was just a lot better.
I think Daredevil was better too.
Yeah, I think Daredevil is better, but I still.
And I feel like Jessica Jones had potential to be better, a lot more potential. I guess is why. I don't know. But
I agree, but I think it was good, but I don't think it was better than Daredevil.
And I wanted the crackhead friend to be a better actor, but like as soon as he wasn't a crackhead anymore, I realized, oh no, that guy just can't act.
Yeah.
They should have put me in there. Anyhow,
I felt so bad for Ruben.
Yeah, but
he was weird though.
poor.
Hey, we
kid.
should.
All right,
we should do the claps.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay.
Hopefully
all right, I'm gonna start it.
Okay.
I got a burp coming on. Give me a second here.
Welcome to Burnout. 3 guys, 3 questions.
What is this?
Oh,
Rick
like
and
right
Morty?
there. Oh, it's like I know it's gonna come out as soon as I start reading the intro. Oh my god!
Dude, just do it like Rick and Morty. Just start reading and burp in the middle.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I
Adam
love
has today's first question.
No,
you said Andrew.
It is Andrew.
Oh shoot, I was looking at the wrong one. Crap.
We're
Do you think you're Andrew now?
We're very professional over here.
I was looking at the wrong one, and it says Adam.
I know a lot of people said they can't tell your voices apart.
I think that's weird.
But now you can't tell your voices or name
at the
apart.
wrong set of notes.
Maybe I should start
Don't
speaking
judge
with an
me.
accent.
I've had a long day.
What
We
type
have
of
the
accent
same
should I
accent.
fake? And so that people can tell my voice apart.
Scottish?
I don't know.
Boston would
I
work
feel like I'd
too.
offend people that I know that are Scottish.
That's why I picked it.